Bobcats.
Welcome back to a special episode of The Sage coming back from a national convention.
I'm your anchor, Devyn Serrano.
And I'm Jason Chase.
After a long weekend at Student Television Network located in sunny Long Beach, California,
and winning,
we have a show filled with new skills and new segments.
Giving you a preview into the show, a PSA, a weather report, and a recap video from the amazing weekend.
That looks and sounds amazing.
Our AP Bio students have been learning a lot this year.
I can't imagine the workload they have.
And they have constructed a PSA about vaccines to share their knowledge with you, Bobcats.
Reporting is Neil G.
What is HPV? HPV stands for human papillomavirus. HPV is the most common STI with, hold up, really? 43 million infections in 2018 in America. It can cause health problems like cancer if it doesn't go away within 2 years of infection. Up to 80% of sexually active Americans will be infected with HPV at some point during their lives, according to the American Sexual Health Association. Additionally, certain strains can cause changes in DNA that encourage the formation of cancers in both males and females. There is no test to find out a person's HPV status. HPV tests are not recommended to screen men, adolescents, or women under the age of 30 years. Women may find out they have HPV when they get an abnormal Pap test result during cervical cancer screening. Others may only find out once they've developed more serious problems from HPV. Worldwide, more than 500,000 women are diagnosed with cervical cancer each year. By the end of 2006, 10,000 new cases will be diagnosed and nearly 4,000 women will die of cervical cancer in the United States alone. HPV is a circular double-strand DNA virus that infects both cutaneous and mucosal epithelia. The high-risk subtypes HPV-16 and HPV-18 are believed to account for 70% of all cervical cancers, 50 to 60% of moderate to severe dysplasia, and 25% of mild dysplasia. Subtypes HPV-6 and HPV-11 are low risk and account for 90% of genital warts. Introduction of the Pap test in 1928 resulted in a dramatic reduction in the incidence of cervical cancer in the United States. Despite the effectiveness of the screening modality, however, the incidence of cervical cancer has reached a plateau and is no longer declining. So with all that being said, what can we do about it? Get the vaccine. That's it. Get the vaccine. Are you sure there's no other way to prevent HPV? Practice abstinence! The vaccine should be offered to all women aged 9 to 26 years. Vaccination requires 3 separate intramuscular injections given on day 1, month 2, and month 6. The vaccine is most effective when administered prior to the onset, but should also be given to women who have a history of abnormal Pap test results, cervical dysplasia, and genital warts or positive test results for high-risk HPV. Although the vaccine's efficacy has not yet been formally established in immunocompromised patients, both ACOG and SGO state that this population should not be excluded from receiving the vaccine and that it should be offered to immunocompromised women in the ages 9 to 26. The vaccine should not be administered to women who know they are pregnant. Vaccination during lactation, however, is considered safe and appropriate. The true efficacy of the vaccine is going to be limited by barriers such as cost, access, and compliance, the same factors that have impeded the success of cervical cancer screening. So anyways, what is the vaccine? The HPV vaccine is made by creating proteins that resemble the HPV virus through fermentation. There is no DNA in the vaccine, meaning it is completely non-infectious. You can get the vaccine from 9 to about 26. It's your choice, though I personally would recommend getting it as soon as possible. What are the benefits of the HPV vaccine? Well, for one, you lower your risk of getting cervical cancer, among other things. No cancer, woo! So how is the HPV vaccine made exactly? The manufacturing process of the drug substance consists of 2 main steps. Number 1, fermentation and harvest of the recombinant yeast cell slurry. And number 2, purification of the VLPs and adsorption of the purified VLPs onto aluminum-containing adjuvant to form the MBAP. The fermentation process consists of a seed fermentation and a product fermentation. During the seed fermentation process, all HPV types use the same seed fermentation medium. Culture growth and dextrose utilization are monitored. Upon competing
Wait, actually, this is like what happens in Spider-Man. He looked at his own reflection. Get the HPV vaccine, kids. It didn't hurt.
Thanks, Neil.
This just in, we have a breaking news segment.
Let's send it off to Benz for the scoop of what happened.
From last Thursday, the 17th, to this Monday, the 21st, the Sage was granted the opportunity to attend the 2022 Student Television Network Convention. For the last 2 years, an in-person convention was not an option. For the uninitiated, the STN Convention is a broadcast and film-oriented networking event. 5 days of timed competitions, professional workshops, and really hype award ceremonies.
Hey! What time is it? What time is it?
Bedtime, it's the bedtime. This year marked the comeback for STN through a hybrid Long Beach convention. With a grand total of 1,500 live attendees, and many more competing online, it provided a strong environment where students can compete, learn from, and meet other dedicated members of programs across the nation. 7 reporters represented Sage Creek by attending with CHS-TV. Alongside 130 high school and middle school students, CHS-TV took home 10 awards, and the Sage reporters are happy to say, out of those 10, the Sage took home 3 placers. Being placed in 3 out of our 4 entries is the best way for a senior to leave our mark. We won 2nd place in all of these following categories. Action Sports Editing by yours truly.
Place, Carlsbad High School.
Motion Graphics by Leo Ambigelli and Samuel Dahir's support.
Carlsbad High School.
And Sports Highlight by your boy, Coop Club, Cooper Hancock, and Austin Jew.
Goes to Carlsbad High School.
Congrats to Valley and Calavera for absolutely dominating the middle school competitions. And thank you, Carlsbad and Calavera, once again, because you guys are the reason why Sage Creek came. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you guys so much. For us Sage reporters, this has been the best opportunity in our high school lives. And for me, it's been the best. We won our awards. I made tons of friends.
I'm on stage, bro!
And I have no regrets. This has been Benzrussel Lopez taking dubs for the Sage. Now back to the anchors.
Benz, you are so talented.
Jason, you went to SDN, didn't you?
I did. I competed in Tell the Story and I did the weather report for Crazy Eights.
That sounds magical.
Now we have a weather report, since we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Take it away, Cooper.
What's going on, Bobcats? My name is Cooper Hancock. Welcome to the first weather report of 2022. If you look outside your class window right now, you'll most likely see rain. It's raining in Southern California. Today's forecast is a high of 58 and a low of 38. That's cold. The winds will reach 17 miles per hour and reach 55% humidity. For the rest of the week, the sun will be out, but the lows will reach temperatures in the 30s. Jeez! Thursday, the low will be 38 and the high will be 61. Then on Friday, there will be a low of 38 again and a high of 62. So make sure you have layers in the morning. This weather is so unpredictable. I'm not a meteorologist. Sending it back to Devyn and Jason.
Thanks, Cooper. I wasn't ready for the rain that happened the past couple days.
Maybe consider an umbrella in the next couple of days.
Highlighting wrestling, we have your co-sports editor.
I hope next year you guys have even more fun.
That's all for this show, Bobcats.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
At the Sage Publication.
Don't forget to check out our latest articles too.
And give them some love.
This has been Devyn Serrano
and Jason Chase, reporting for The Sage.